Livestream.tv is your church maximizing your message and reaching to the lost souls outside the walls of your church, the hospitalized, the elderly, military soldiers overseas, students away at college, prisoners, online viewers out of state or in foreign countries. With our full turnkey streaming solutions and friendly 24-hour customer service, Livestream.tv makes it easy for you to reach out to those in need of God's Word. Call Livestream.tv today and start reaching, engaging, and expanding your worldwide audience. Call 1-888-317-5433.
With the mobile app from Interactive Livestream, you can effectively engage your audience in ways that was not possible before, and then instantly respond so that no one ever has to fall through the cracks again. There was a lady in a remote part of England who was watching a church service in the US on her mobile app. And on the app, there was an opportunity for her to pray that prayer of salvation. Well, she did. And then she was able to request information about her tough spiritual questions. These were questions that no one around her was ever able to adequately answer for her. Well, right away, the church staff was alerted to her questions and her particular situation, and then they were able to offer up great guidance and continue to follow up with her today. That lady's life is forever changed. And the interactive features of the app was able to allow a church from halfway around the world to lead someone into a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. And in the end, no matter what technology you use, isn't that all that really matters? If you would like to know more how your digital ministry outreach can truly make a difference in the lives of people, please contact us right away at www.interactivelivestream.com. Hope to talk to you soon.
Welcome to the Digital Dominion broadcast today. We're glad to have you here. We want you to subscribe to our Facebook group. It's Digital Dominion. My name is Michael Upshaw. I'm the host of the Digital Dominion show. And today we're going to talk about just producing content. When we think about producing content and we think about the importance of making your content available, it comes down to a couple of different components. One being time. Who has the time to produce additional content, right? When we talk about it from a church perspective, what is additional content? And what does it mean to do content outside of Sunday morning worship? What does it mean to do content outside of your Wednesday night Bible study? Well, I suggest taking a moment to think about doing 5-minute segments on specific topics or things that people may have even asked you over the week. I mean, think about it. People come down to the altar after the service, they're shaking hands, they want to meet with the pastor. Sometimes people have different things going on in their life, both positive things, sometimes not so positive things. But at the end of the day, if you produce content based off of some of those short conversations, it may help to address a lot of the needs sometimes for just reaching people right where they are. And everything doesn't have to be a half an hour, and everything doesn't have to be a sermon. Sometimes it can just be information that's important to practical living as a Christian. And so that's what we're going to talk about a few minutes today, creating the content and making the time available to create that content. Typically you have some type of camera arrangement where you can set up a camera, whether it be in the pastor's office or whether it be, even in a pew in a sanctuary, or maybe even outside the church, building where you're in the community, and just different areas that you may not have necessarily thought about to create content. So even myself today, I'm taking an opportunity to create content based on this subject matter of having the time to create content. So how funny is that? A lot of times, pastors will ask, or ministry media directors, they will ask, well, we just don't have the time. So what do you suggest? Well, I suggest carving out moments in time where you're readily available to be able to produce you know, a camera and maybe one operator to operate that camera and to be able to capture moments. And then after you capture so many of those moments, what it'll do is it'll allow you to be able to store up content that you can make available at any time. While quality is important, so is the substance of the content that you're putting out. And so when we think about video content and how to create it, and then after it's created, now we can talk about making it available. And as we look at ways to make it available to people through on-demand consumption or even live video streams, I mean, think about it. People are creating content using platforms like Facebook Live or YouTube Live or Twitter, and they're putting out content that they're doing simply from their mobile devices, right? And then they're taking that content and they're uploading short segments of their life, day-to-day things. And then you have people who are connecting to that content, who find it significant enough to connect to that content. Let me say that again. People who find it significant enough to connect to your content. So whether you're creating content on the fly or whether you're actually taking time to think about how to create your content, the best thing to do is create it as much as you can, as often as you can, and build up a library of it so that people can connect to you. So I'm doing something a little different today. I'm being a little creative. So I'm using a green screen and behind me is me. So I know that I have my back, right? Anyway, but I'm using something different to add a couple different elements to what I'm doing today, just to show that you can be creative. It can be fun and creative. You know, you can have different backgrounds that you can create. I'm using a software called vMix. Livestream happens to be a reseller of the vMix software. And so if you want to get the vMix software, you can definitely get it from us. And we can help you to set it up and to walk you through it and show you how it works. And you can do fun, creative things and create content. I'm using a camera that's a PTZ camera that's in front of me that I'm using to speak to you today. PTZ Optics is one of our partners who we partner with. So we partner with vMix and we've partnered with PTZ Optics so that we can create content that we can get to you on a weekly basis to talk about specific things as it relates to creating a digital platform and, more importantly, expanding your digital footprint, which is why we've branded this broadcast as the Digital Dominion broadcast. And so with Digital Dominion, our goal is to continually bring you good content, information, and share with you about specific products and different things that we can do from a service side to help you to continue to expand. So I put a couple of things up on the set with me today, or at least one, which is a camera that's sitting over here. This is actually not green screen. This is real. I could actually touch it. But just to add an additional creative element. If I was to begin to turn this camera around, you would be able to see I have two other cameras that's set up as well. One of the things with vMix is it will allow you, with the right package, it'll allow you to record each camera independently. Now, when you get into specific types of content creation, some things you're creating, they're going to be half-hour segments, and they're going to be full of rich media, and you're going to want to put that out there. But those are things that you may want to consider doing on a subscriber base. When you're actually taking the time, you've put together something and you're packaging it, and then that way you're allowing people to be able to get the substance from it, not just sort of randomly creating content, but intentional content. Just like we're intentional about the gospel, intentional about studying, intentional about teaching and evangelism and all of those things, I think we should be intentional about the content that we create as well, because then we're giving people something that they can connect to, that they can subscribe to, that they can definitely be a part of and continually get on a regular basis. Now, in being intentional about that content creation means that you have to set up a schedule and you have to follow that schedule, because once you have people who are subscribing to your content, they want to make sure that they're getting those videos. They want to make sure that it's always up to date. Nobody wants to pay for a platform where the content stays the same and all you've done is uploaded 2 or 3 videos and you haven't kept it fresh, but yet you want someone to subscribe to it every month. So that's something that you definitely want to take the time to do. And oftentimes, if you don't have, say, a professional setup, you can connect with, maybe a local studio in your area, but even Livestream TV. We have a studio, so you can connect with us. You can come in. We can actually produce your content right here. If you're doing a series of teachings, we can produce all of your series right here so that you can make it available. We can even stream it live to your audience for some stuff that you may want to do right here from the studio. We can coach you on the production element and help you to set up the specific angles and looks and things like that, work with your production team through the software and sort of educate them on those things. And so content creation is very important. It's very significant to the process of your broadcast. Think about the importance of expanding your footprint, if you will. Those are the things that really make it important from a broadcast standpoint to be able to put out good quality audio, good quality video. People can see you and they can hear you, they can understand you, and they stay tuned in. And the more they stay tuned in, then the more of an opportunity you have to build subscribers. And the more you build subscribers to your content, then you allow yourself the opportunity to monetize. And so we have a conference coming up September 13th and 14th right here in the Atlanta, Georgia area, and it's called Digital Dominion. And our Digital Dominion conference is really set up in a workshop type of format. We want to engage every pastor, every ministry leader who's working in the media side of the house, even your praise and worship team, because we want to have everybody in one room where we can communicate the importance of the effectiveness of your content. The thing that we see most, and a lot of the questions that we get about content, especially when it comes to live streaming, is the audio problems that sometimes people have, or the visual elements that are sometimes not involved, or that are involved but not correctly involved, and how to correct a lot of that, what it looks like to the viewer. There's a difference between a broadcast that seems like someone actually took the time to put into the worship service and paid special attention to the online audience versus someone who just said, hey, turn it on, and they get what they get. They should have been in service today if they wanted to get the full experience. Well, to get the full experience, you want to be at the Digital Dominion workshop, because what we're going to provide for you is a full experience, from streaming information to how to enhance your broadcast to how to develop partners. We're going to have Givelify there to talk about online giving and how significant it is during your broadcast, before your broadcast, and after your broadcast. We're going to have partners there who have partnered with us, like InPlayer, to talk about the new system that Livestream has set up as it relates to the subscription-based model and also the pay-per-view platform that we've put together. And so we want to engage you and talk about some things like the significance of content creation, but also looking at opportunities to close caption your content and work with a Christian company who does closed captioning, such as an Aberdeen captioning company. So we're going to have them there as well as part of our workshop. And then we'll have some special content that we'll share with you. And I know I may be overusing the word content, but today is all about creating content. And so we want to make sure that you add specific elements to that content. One of the things that we're going to roll out at this particular conference is a special new item that's going to roll out from Livestream TV. Total Post Innovations will be the name of the software, And this software integrates directly into vMix to help you create some specific things that's going to add to your online broadcast and really take your production to another level. You don't want to miss this year's 2018 Digital Dominion Workshop. We'll host it right here in Atlanta. The cost, I'm glad you asked. It is free to attend. It won't cost you anything to attend the conference. All you have to do is show up. Now, for those of you who want to stream it, yes, we will make it available. We will stream it, and it will be $99. It is a 2-day conference, and so it's $99, which will cover both days of your viewership. Now, the availability to register for the conference, you can go to digitaldominiontv.com and you can register, or you can click on the link below where it says register free if you're already at digitaldominiontv.com. If you're watching us on Facebook or YouTube, you want to scroll on over to digitaldominiontv.com and you want to go ahead and click on the registration button below, because that is where you will be able to join us in Atlanta. Now, the registration for the pay-per-view will not be released until June the 20th. On June 20th, we will make it available, and then we'll start taking online registrations. Remember, the $99 will cover both days. There will be some things that we won't be able to stream simply because of the makeup of the conference, but you will get 90% of the information on the streaming side of it. Now, why do I say that? Because it's important so that you know that you're paying for the conference, but you won't be able to receive it all for $99. If you want to get it all, you have to be here, but you'll get 90% of everything that we'll cover and discuss. And so we look forward to it. We look forward to having you there. We look forward to you creating more content, and hopefully something that I said today will inspire you to create more content, whether it's in 2-minute, 3-minute, 5-minute, or 10-minute segments, but it will be impactful to your audience. There's a show that we produce that comes on every Monday night, and that show is called The Disruptors. So you can join us, and we are streaming that live every Monday night at 8:30. You can join us either right here at Livestream Studio, or you can join us online. And so you can join us online and you can watch. And the host of that show is Paul Wilson Jr. The co-host is none other than Dr. Robert Hughes. And we are producing great content for you. And we're using all the elements that we talked about. So if you want to see all the elements in full exposure, working on multiple cameras, running through the vMix software, looking at the Total Post Innovations software that we've just recently added to the mix, I'm telling you, you will see it all. The quality is phenomenal. So we do thank you for joining us today. As we move forward, there's more shows to come. We're going to have some great guests from the industry that many of you will be familiar with. And so we are looking forward to that. And again, as we go off the air, remember, Digital Dominion 2018, Atlanta, Georgia, September 13th and 14th. Be ready. We're ready to receive you.